Hey Spirit Tribe, Gigi here with Spirit Readings, and I'm so glad and so happy that you're able to join me here today. We are going to be doing the weekly tarot reading. So this is for the general collective, okay? So it is for each and every single one of us. So not everything may resonate, and that's perfectly okay. You can just set it to the side for someone else or for later even. It may make more sense as events continue to unfold. Anything and everything is possible when we believe. So if it doesn't apply, you just go on ahead and you let her fly. No harm, no foul, no big deal. So please keep in mind, if you are new here, that I have had strokes, so that affects my memory. I can really struggle to find my words or even get them out. I get tongue-tied sometimes. I also have tremors, and sometimes it feels like I'm being zapped in my hands, and when that happens, I drop whatever I'm holding, cards included, so that can make shuffling a little difficult. I can really struggle with my grip sometimes. I also have glaucoma, so sometimes I do have to bring the cards a little closer to my eyes so I can see them properly. So just bear with me, you guys. The message gets out the way that it is meant to eventually, right? Okay, so everything that you need to know about me, about this channel, especially if you would like to book a personal private reading, I would absolutely love that. I love being able to connect with you guys one-on-one. All of that can be found in the description down below, so make sure you check that out. If you like this reading and you would like to see more like it, run them numbers up, you guys. Drop your comments, smash the heck out of the like button. It lets me know, hey girl, we like what you're doing, we want to see more of it. And I'm like, okay, all right, I got you, I can do that. So first of all, we are going to get an angel number from the spirit board here. So give me just a second. All right, angel numbers. So this is for the week of May 12th to the 18th. So an angel number for my collective, 614. Okay, angel number 614. And I encourage you to look it up too, because spirit may take you somewhere completely different. Angel number 614 is often associated with positive change, divine guidance, and refocusing on home and family. It suggests that your guardian angels are encouraging you to embrace new opportunities and challenges, and to trust in the support of the universe as you work towards your goals. Additionally, it can indicate a need to prioritize creating a balanced and harmonious environment for yourself and your loved ones. So, it signifies positive change here, you guys. And I think we could all use a little more positive change. I know I could, so I am all for that. All right, let's get some tarot here for you guys. Let's see what we need to know about this week up ahead. Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance, your wisdom, and your truth in all matters and in all things and at all times. Okay, we're getting some... Ooh, we're getting a lot of swords this week up ahead. Okay. What is going on here? 10 of Swords too joining the party. Okay. Ooh, Lord. Some heavy energies. Okay, finally something a little less doom and gloom. And Page of Pentacles as well. So, alright, give me just a minute here, you guys. So, I'm going to spread them out here. And if you guys are new, I do use the spirit board to help me. It kind of is one more way that it helps me stay focused. It helps me stay grounded, calm, center, you guys. So, you know, nobody reads the exact same way, and this is my way. If you do book a personal private reading with me, this is how I do it. This is how I do readings for myself as well. So it's all good. All right, let's see. What card is representing us this week up ahead? Ooh, okay, the 10 of Swords. Woo, woo, woo. All right, so we have the 10 of Swords representing us this week up ahead. So, she is dead there. You know, look at all them swords in her back, you know, her blood. And there's that black bird just creepily watching. But as you can see, she is holding a rose in her hand. You know, roses have thorns, even though they are beautiful. You know, something beautiful can still come out of a tragic situation. This is rock bottom. So, you know, we only got 2 ways to go, straight up or sideways, you guys. So you are the one that gets to decide which way you're gonna go. You know, while you're down there, you might as well rest and recharge your batteries a little bit, you know. Really go over things, right? Like swords is air. Air is the power of our minds, you guys. So it could be we are mentally exhausted, mentally drained, mental fatigue going on. Maybe we're not sleeping very well, you know, literally stabbed in the back, you know, and so someone really worked us over, you know, and that could be part of it too, you know. We could have let our own selves down at some point, but you know, we don't stay there, you guys. But while you're there, like I said, you might as well rest, you might as well recharge your batteries. Tomorrow is another day. All right, let's see what the theme for the week is. Okay, we have the 6 of Swords coming in, and as you can see, there's a lot of birds there as well. She is moving forward here, you guys. So like I said, we pick ourselves up, right? We don't just stay there. And as she's going, she's dropping these swords. So that represents dropping our heavy burdens, you guys, you know, in order to keep moving forward. We're letting go. We are releasing. And you know, we know that there is better up ahead. You know, the clouds are real stormy here. They're stormy in this one as well, but as we can see, the sun is peeking out from behind those clouds, letting us know to keep following that light, to keep following our truth, and to not give up hope, you guys. You know, there's still a whole lot of life left to live. So, and we gotta live it, y'all. We gotta live it. All right, let's see what the challenge is for this week up ahead. Okay, it's the 8 of Swords coming through. As you can see, she is imprisoned. She's got a blindfold on so that she doesn't have to look at things or people for who or what they are. You know, as long as she has that blindfold on, she doesn't have to look at things too closely. She doesn't have to make a choice or a decision, but what she doesn't realize is that by doing that, she is making that choice. She is making that decision, and it doesn't serve her. You know, it's not for her highest and greatest good that she is doing that. Again, lots of birds. So messages are trying to come in, you guys, and there could be something gunking up the works. Maybe you're not in tune with your star player. I would suggest meditating and praying more this week, you know, to help you get through. Call on your guides and your angels, you guys, especially with that 10 of Swords energy. So much swords here. They are dominating this week up ahead. So you know, we have to be willing to take the blindfold off, you guys, and this prison. You know, it looks like the birds have her in prison, but really she has herself imprisoned. She is keeping herself stuck and stagnant, you know, and we're not meant to stay stuck and stagnant, you guys. So we have to be our own hero. We have to step up. We have to take the blindfold off. You know, we have to be brave and courageous to be like, you know what? I want to see things for what they are. I want to see people for who they are. And you know, I want to be able to see things clearly so that I can make the best choice, the right choice, the best decision, the right decision without fear or worry. You know, that's letting fear rule you. So that is definitely the challenge. So the response to the challenge is this Queen of Cups. Not really too surprised here. The Queen of Cups is very nurturing, you guys. So, you know, looking our fear in the eye and choosing to do things anyway, you know. So this is, cups is water. Water is the power of our emotions. So, you know, getting in control of our thoughts and our emotions instead of letting them control us, letting them run amok. You know, that Queen of Cups, that is mature energy. You know, she is about her business. She is emotionally mature. You know, her emotions run deep, and, you know, she's very loving, you guys, you know, very loving and very kind and very gracious, and knows that, you know, we can't just stay stuck and stagnant. You know, that water will get toxic after a while if it's just stagnant. So we don't want that. You know, we don't want our fears to hold us back, you know. And it's not that the Queen of Cups has never feared anything, because we all fear things, we all go through things, but it's to not let that fear, you know, have the driver's seat, you guys. So that is the response to, you know, this is how we're responding to it. Okay, fear, okay, you know, I see you, I definitely feel you, and I definitely hear you. And, you know, heart and mind could be conflicting. You know, your heart could be telling you one thing, your mind could be telling you another, and then you have to listen to your spirit. You know, you have to be in tune with your star player, have that connection to source, that connection to your higher self, you guys, so that these messages can come in crystal clear. All right, advice from Spirit is this Three of Swords. So again, doesn't paint a very pretty picture. You know, things happen in threes sometimes. That's how they say. So it could be heartbreak, you know, heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak. You know, there's literally a grave right there. So you could feel like someone left you behind, and you know, she's bleeding out from her heart there, you guys, stabbed in the heart with 3 sharp swords. So, but there are roses here as well. She is also holding a rose in her hand. So like I said, out of tragedy, something beautiful can still grow. The advice from Spirit is to let go of the past, you guys, you know, to let yourself heal, and, you know, so that you can pick up your sword of truth, cut through lies, cut through BS. You know, no one's going to play you for a fool, right? But you have to be willing to do the work required, you know. As we go on our journeys, healing is a big part of our journeys, you guys, because we experience things, you know, people pass away. We are not even the same like, I'm not even the same person I was yesterday. You know, I've grown a little bit even from yesterday, so let alone years and years ago, right? And for some of us, this could be healing from childhood traumas, you know, relationships, whether it's family or friends or romantic, you know, it's a tough cycle, you guys, and you you know, nobody wants to feel the pain. No one wants to experience loss or grief, but it's part of our human experience. And, you know, not letting it cripple us, you know, emotionally or mentally in this case as well. But like I said, heart and mind here, you know, but there's better up ahead. We have to keep going in that direction, in the direction that is best for us. You guys, pick yourself up, dust yourself off. The outcome is the Page of Pentacles. So, you know, pages are young energy. We can all consider ourselves young at heart, I think, most of us. Yes, right? Pentacles is that earth energy. It's the power of the physical body. So where you are physically at, and being present, being grounded, centered, stable, all of those good things, you know. Do the things that make you happy, you guys. As you can see, she is sitting in that tree without a care in the world and playing her music. So, you know, maybe listening to music is one of your therapeutic ways of healing, dealing, coping. Maybe you do start going to therapy, you know. Maybe you're like, you know what, I can't handle this all on my own. I need help. Whatever it is that you have to do to get yourself out of that icky, sticky situation, you know, so that you can pull yourself up. You can, like, yes, okay, that happened, and yes, okay, you know, maybe I didn't handle it the best way, but I did the best that I could at the time. And learning to accept it, you know, and not being too hard on yourself, you guys. Give yourself lots of space for grace. I mean, I know I can be harder on me than anyone else could ever dream or think about, you know. I'd be like, well, shouldn't have did that. You know, but and then make a mental note, like, do not repeat, do not do that again, because woo buddy, no thank you. So, you know, lift your spirits in whatever way helps, you guys. You know, for some it could be, you know, going to the gym and blowing off some steam, getting some of that stagnant energy, you know, out of you, constructive ways. You know, music, painting, drawing, let's see, even maybe some people like to crochet, or maybe it's getting out in your garden and, you know, soaking up the sun. Whatever it is for you personally, do more of it this week up ahead. It will bring a positive outcome. All right, let's get some fortune cookies for this week up ahead. Let's see what else we need to know here. Let's see what else. Okay. All right, we have love life coming out. Affairs of the heart could cause future problems, but take heart as difficult situations will be resolved by a good decision this week. So you are still able to make good decisions. You are still able to make good choices, you guys. And out of the loving kindness of your heart, nurture yourself a little bit more this week. We also have society. Say yes to all the wonderful invitations coming your way. Excellent networking opportunities and new love interests for singles will be the result. So it's saying, you guys, if you're open and ready to receive love this week up ahead, I feel like it will be available to you. You know, some of you have already gone through a great healing, and, you know, I feel like maybe you're still being a little too hard on yourself, like, oh, I should be completely over this by now, but new layers keep popping up. That happens. You know, it can happen 20 years down the road, you know, and you'll be like, what in the world is this? But, you know, things come up as they feel safe to do so, you guys. So keep giving yourself a safe space. We do have twists and turns. Carefully made plans could be thrown out the window as major changes and interruptions surround you. Make sure you get lots of rest to cope with all of the upheavals. So, you know, I did mention we should get lots of rest, you know. Guys, what I'm seeing here in my mind's eye is this tower that is crumbling. Let that sucker fall to the ground, okay? So that you can get back to a strong, steady foundation. You know, you have to let whatever is falling away fall away, you guys, because it's not meant to keep going with you. And the more you hold on to it like a security blanket, the more you are keeping yourself stuck and stagnant. So let that tower fall. All right, let's see who wants to be our spirit animal guide for this week up ahead. Spirit animal guide, let's see. All right. Ooh, okay, we had a flipper here. Ooh, if I can get a hold of it. So we have a number 50, the Rhino Spirit. Overcome any obstacles. Yes, you can. Believe in yourself 100%. Bet on yourself 100%. Yes, obstacles come. Yes, problems arise. But problems and obstacles are always temporary. The sun is still going to come out. I mean, it's out there, you guys, that sun. And soak it up, you guys. You have everything you need within yourself, and you are more than just an overcomer. So, all right, you guys, these are our messages. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, please leave me a comment down below. Make sure you smash the heck out of that like button. You know, run them numbers up. It truly means so very much to me. And if you haven't already and you find you keep coming back here, please subscribe to the channel, you guys. That really means a lot to me too. I love growth. I love expansion. I love being able to interact with you guys. It truly does bring so much joy to my life. And you know, you guys are part of the teamwork that makes the dream work. If you're catching this as it goes out tomorrow here in the United States, it is Mother's Day. So, you know, some of you could be experiencing, you know, if your mother's no longer here, or if you don't have a good relationship, you know, it could be grief. You know, at the end, towards the end of the month, we do have Memorial Day here in the United States as well, where we honor our loved ones. So maybe it is the anniversary of someone's passing. It could be a birthday of someone's passing this week up ahead. On the 12th, we have the full moon in Scorpio. So we're starting this week with the full moon. It is the flower moon. And here is a good positive affirmation. I celebrate the abundance of the season and welcome prosperity into my life. Yes, you can write that down. You can say it. I hope that we all have a wonderful, amazing week up ahead. I hope you're able to heal from the things that you don't talk about, from the things maybe no one else knows, you know, from the things that you know, might be ashamed of, you guys. You know, we got to let go of that tower of shame and guilt and judgment, you know. Let that sucker crumble to the ground. Do not keep holding on to all of that, because you are beautiful, you are wonderful, you are amazing. You deserve to have your dream life. You deserve to have your happily ever after, however it looks for you. And I hope that you find your happily ever after. I hope you find your one true love. And I hope that you keep choosing happiness over and over and over again, no matter what else happens. All right, you guys, from the bottom of my heart, I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. And I want to say thank you, blessed be, namaste, and goodbye.